And I will say this, Mr. Lowry is a different breed of person. He really is. And he does things that nobody else has ever done in the history of my life.
At first, I didn't understand why you would want to come by my place, but then I realized you're probably looking for your woman.
I've come to the place that I can give a flying fat rat on what, excuse my French, brother, Mr. Lowry, on what Joseph Edwin Lowry has to say about Keith Bell or Lowry News Network or whatever you got going on over there, brother. I could give a flying fig Newton.
You're actually engaged in the exact behavior you're accusing me of, Lowry. Where are you going, you little coward?
I've asked Councilman Lowry to please stop posting my pictures, stop coming after my church, stop inboxing my numbers, stop following my children. I have sent emails. I've done that.
With all that being said, I have an award I want to present. This is on behalf of me and the citizens of Marque. This is for 2024 Keyboard Warrior of the Year, and Joseph Lowry has won this award.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This video comes to us from the latest Marque, Texas City Council meeting, where the tension between me and Councilman Joseph Lowry hits a boiling point. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Councilman Lowry took such a verbal beatdown during my comments that he actually gets up and walks out halfway through. Oh yeah, and he's earned himself the 2024 Keyboard Warrior of the Year award. So stick around and watch me present his award to the council. Stick around until the end, where the council addresses the allegations that Joseph Lowry allegedly scammed the government out of relief funds. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video.
Okay, the other issue I'm addressing is actually the Marque Police, Police Department Citizens Academy. More specifically, one of their members. The members are actually a council person on this council. This is one of his posts. I respect law enforcement, but the top brass in Marque needs a life-changing experience that happened to each one of those dirty, corrupt MFs. They need to be paraded in the street in handcuffs or inside the prison that should be in. They should be tattooed the word pig on their forehead. That's one post. Next post, prepare for the next city councilman. I'm fear for my life. The way the crooked police chief, Rondo Aragon, was trying to intimidate me. Pray for Marque. We're under attack from domestic terrorists like Aragon and corrupt politicians, Marque Police Department. Next one, bring back the old Marque Police Department. Bet we can clean up the trash real quick like Aragon. He needs to go to prison. All of those things for an actual member that's part of the Citizens Police Academy, he should have been properly, that person should have been properly vetted for that. For me to sit up here and hear their representatives say that a certain member used words like Black Lives Matter, NAACP, all of those actual organizations have worked with the police in various capacities across this nation. So for a rogue person, in my opinion, that's a terrorist, to actually infiltrate that organization that's supposed to represent the whole city of Marque, supposed to represent minority communities as well as Caucasian communities, I think it's an injustice that he was actually allowed to be on that. And it's further injustice that he was taken through Galveston County's Police Alumni Association. That person continues their online rants, everything from racism. This same person actually, on a post I had about a march that was coming up, he made a post saying we're locked, cocked, and ready to rock. And then under that post, he referenced taking donations for that same alumni organization. I'm asking the city to actually discontinue any and all relationships you have with that alumni association, because it is my opinion that that association has been infiltrated by white supremacists. Thank you.
Robert Harvey.
Before my comment, let me tell you about our sponsor, Ruiz Law Firm. Let me tell you about a lawyer that I believe in and work with on a regular basis. The Ruiz Law Firm. They're located in Pearland, Texas, and he serves the people of Galveston County and the surrounding areas. If you need a lawyer, he's the guy to call. Take my word for it. He'll fight for you, whether it's holding the government accountable or insurance companies accountable. He'll stand up and fight for what's right. Also, he helps people with immigration cases. So if you're having trouble with immigration, he's the guy to call. He takes civil cases to make sure you get compensated, whether it's an accident you got in, an 18-wheeler accident, a car accident, any kind of accident, and you need a lawyer, give him a call. He's also got your back in criminal cases, protecting your rights and making sure you get a fair fight. If you need a lawyer that won't back down, call Ruiz Law Firm. He's going to fight for you. His contact information is on the screen and it will be in the description of this video.
Robert Harvey. Welcome, Robert. Name and address for the record. I already know. Go ahead. I had to say it though. Well,
Listen, I told the mayor plain and simple, I'm not giving you my address, like I never do. And he even said, I know you're not going to give your address, but I got to ask you anyway. That's just weird to me. Why does he got to ask for people's addresses before they speak? Especially when this whole thing's being live streamed for everyone to see by the city and me. Most folks just give up their address, but I refuse. I've got my Fourth Amendment right not to share my address, and I'm standing on my rights. Honestly, from now on, the mayor shouldn't be asking everyone for their address at these meetings. I'm definitely going to look deeper into this and why he continues to ask people for their address.
Hey, when I come to these meetings, I'm like a dog marking my territory. I live in your head rent-free, Joseph Lowry. You can't even go one day without sending me a message on WhatsApp, and I'm making sure no one tries to move in on my real estate and take up my space. In previous meetings, I've already presented the evidence of Joseph Lowry's messages and emails to Chief Aragon and the police department, acting like a scared little bitch, saying I'm stalking and harassing him, and receiving security details and begging for police escorts. Just in the last few days, I received messages from Joseph Lowry on WhatsApp saying he has come by my residence, knocked on my door, and said he would be coming by again and again. He also said he paid people to follow me around. I told him he's full of shit about coming to my home because my Ring camera would have notified me. His response was that my camera must be broke. At first, I didn't understand why he would want to come by my place, but then I realized you're probably looking for your woman. I understand. You were actually engaged in the exact behavior you're accusing me of, Lowry. Where are you going, you little coward? I've documented all of this behavior. Lastly, I want to talk about the recent protest citizens of Lamarque planned in regards to Officer Santos shooting Joshua Feast in the back. A grand jury decided not to indict Officer Santos. Some people agreed with that decision. A lot of people disagreed with it. Everyone has their right to their own opinion, though, and everyone has a right to express their First Amendment rights and protest. I find it absolutely disgusting that an elected politician, Joseph Lowry, and also the chief, put so much effort into stopping citizens from practicing their rights. Joseph Lowry launched an intimidation campaign against the organizers and participants of the protest, using his position in the city and his connections in the police department to scare and intimidate protesters by harassing them on social media, organizing a counter protest and announcing he would have armed men at the counter protests, announcing on his Facebook page that the protest was illegal, and also the chief engaged in spreading the same propaganda saying it was illegal, which is bullshit. Joseph Lowry and the chief should be ashamed of this behavior. Why not just let the people who elected you practice their rights to redress their grievances and protest without the harassment and intimidation? Or are they really that stupid and think it's illegal to protest? With all that being said, I have an award I want to present. This is on behalf of me and the citizens of Lamarque. This is for 2024 Keyboard Warrior of the Year, and Joseph Lowry has won this award. I'm just going to set it over here. You guys don't mind. Passing that to him. He deserved it.
thank you, Mr. Harvey.
Thank you.
Now, if you want a circus show, you can do it here. But we don't have to do that. All families, all groups have issues. And I've asked Councilman Lowry to please stop posting my pictures, stop coming after my church, stop inboxing my numbers, stop following my children. I have sent emails. I've done that. So let's stop doing that and let's get back to policy and business. Let's stop doing character assassinations. It is embarrassing. We are embarrassing this city. And it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that a few years ago. This has been 4 years, not 1 month, not 2 days, not 2 years. It's been 4 years. My job has been called. My supervisors have been called. It's been nasty. It's been ugly. I've had people case my church. My husband has been threatened. Our church, I can go on and on about the 4 years. But I didn't want to say that because it's embarrassing. I didn't want to say that we have a national story unfolding right here because I did not want that to overpower all the great things that we're doing. Because I want to concentrate on our strengths, not our weaknesses. But when you start coming after my church, my family, my children, then I'm going to call you out. And that's what I've told people. I'm going to call you out. I'm going to come to you, your face, and I'm going to say to you right now, stop it. In the name of Jesus, stop. Those that are not believers are looking at us and they are laughing. They're laughing. And then you wonder why churches are closing in America because we are not looking like true believers. And the biggest ones who are having the fight in these cities are so-called believers. To Catherine Herron, who spoke today, I'm not coming for you. I love you. We served for 4 years on Keep Lamar Beautiful without a problem. I don't know what happened with that. You don't have to worry about coming for me. Now, I'm not going to allow you to tell people I want to burn down your house. That is definitely not me. That's not even part of my character. I would never do that. What I do ask for is honest, professional, Christian-like dialogue, as the word says. I was never given that opportunity. So to you, Mayor, I thank you for your leadership. I thank you for coming and responding to what happened with the protesters. Listen, we have a right in America to protest. That's a First Amendment right. You don't have to agree with it, but typically people protest when their government is not listening to them. Typically people protest when you're using taxpayer money to finance their own oppression. That's typically when people protest. But we are not to talk about cases that we are litigating. I do apologize on the behalf of this council for the inappropriate things that were said by members of this council. I apologize. It should not have happened. And that's why we did the resolution to separate ourselves from that dangerous, unholy rhetoric. It is not right. And please believe, no, I'm going to call it out and I'm going to ask it to be separated from the real work of the city. I was elected to do a job and we've been doing that. We're not number one in crime anymore. We're number 4. Crime is down. And what I've told people who have said that the chief should resign, let me just say that there is a breadth of people that are saying that. But you know what I push back on that with? Look at the data. The data is that we have low crime. We may not agree with everything the chief is doing. Our feelings may be hurt because of how it was responded, but let's look at the data. Let's sit down. I've asked Chief to have a fireside chat to talk to some of these constituents to kind of ease their mind a little bit because of the things that were said that made them feel like the council person was in line and that the LP, Lamarck PD, also believed the same thing. Tonight, we separated that. So I hope we do have that fireside chat because we are not going to allow people to divide us after all the good work, the great work that we have done. Will we make mistakes? Yes, we will. But can we come together and talk as adults? We should. So that's what I'm asking our constituents who are concerned about what happened in the last, 30 days. Just come together and let's talk and let's not beat each other up. To the city of Texas City, I apologize to you for a sitting councilman that is going against your city and your mayor. Council people normally don't do that to neighboring cities. We support each other. We do things together. That is not a precedent that I think we should start. And again, pray for this city of Lamarque, that we can get past this moment. My father, and I'll leave you with this, my father had a saying, my dad died young at 47, but he had a saying that even on his deathbed, he said, Kimberly, this too shall pass. And to our great city, I say to you, this too shall pass. Happy Martin Luther King's Day, too.
Mayor Bill, can I respond to some of that stuff?
You have had an opportunity. Let me give you, Mr. Lowry, I can't give you a whole lot of time because you had a
Understood.
chance to respond,
Thank you.
but I can give you a short time
I appreciate
to
that.
respond. So let's, where's my clock guy? He
All
quit.
right.
He quit on me. He quit on me. Vinny, can you watch it? Let's give him, let's be fair, and allow Mr. Lowry to respond. We're gonna give you a rebuttal, 3 minutes, Mr. Lowry, just to.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to add that about half of what Kimberly Yancey said was completely false. She was sent multiple letters. She did not sign for the letters. She had the opportunity to meet with the CPA. She chose not to do it. The
Nobody,
CPA
We're not-
has done,
Ms.
the
Yancey, let
CPA
him-
has done
and then
amazing
we're
things
gonna move on.
over the last couple of years. We have grown tremendously. I have to abide by the same rules that you did not abide by. You say that you were so adamant and such a big participant, but you didn't pay your dues for 5 years, Kim, until you wanted the city to pay your dues.
Mr. Yancey,
That's a fact. The
I
city cut a
understand.
check, Mr. Garcia cut a check to the CPA, which was rejected. And it had, for the record, it had absolutely nothing to do, it had nothing to do with the protest. Not one thing to do with the protest.
ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, Chief Argon, Chief Argon. Chief Argon, listen, ladies and gentlemen. It's fine. This is America. We don't all have to agree. I get that all of this is very frustrating. I've been doing this for 4 years, and so I get the frustration. Talking about being mayor. I get it. Let's be peaceful. That's the choice. That's the better choice. The worst choice would be for these young men and women in blue to take you down there to that jail or where the water runs and sometimes the water doesn't run, and you get these cold hot pockets. And Judge Pettyjohn is going to magistrate you in the morning. It's 9:30. So, Mr. Lowry, did you get a chance to say what? Now listen, Mr. Lowry. Here's what I want to ask you to do. Just keep speaking. Don't even respond to them. You keep saying what you need to say so we can get past this moment. Can you
Yes,
do
sir.
that?
And Kim's own actions are what had her removed from TCISD as a substitute teacher. It was her
Okay,
bringing.
all right.
please don't
Okay,
bring my employment into
Right.
this.
You got a ruling, Gus?
if I may, none of this is on the agenda. So,
She brought up,
I-
she
and-
brought up
and-
her work,
and
and I just want to respond to that.
and I understand that you do. But when council starts having a discussion and responding to each other, that's when we have to notice the time, date, location, and subject that council is going to discuss. That's what I'm saying. And so I would strongly urge that while you have your feelings about it, and I understand them, if we are going to discuss these things and council wants to discuss them, put them on the agenda so that the public can know and council can discuss them, would be my advice.
Very good. Did you want to continue, Mr. Lowry? Please, if you do. Now, Gus has already gave me his recommendation, so I'm going to start being aggressively policing this.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to give you a chance to speak because I gave them a chance to speak. If you can, Mr. Lowry, finish up, but let's not focus on making accusations as much as we can focus on clearing up what you need to have clear up.
Yeah, it's just frustrating because there's so many things, there's so many untruths in it. People bringing stuff upon themselves, at work, if you're not supposed to bring politics in the classroom setting, and you do that, bringing up a council person, that is where there's just so many things that I'm not going to go back and forth with her, but I just want the public to
Meet
know that
me. Meet
most
me
of what
for
she
a
said
meeting.
was not true.
I've asked for a meeting. I can't get a
Okay,
meeting.
okay. Are you done, Mr. Lowry?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Yancey, we heard you. We
Thank you,
heard
Mayor.
Mr. Ross. We heard everyone. I just wanted to say that on January the 20th, this community and this country will celebrate Martin Luther King Day. Isn't that ironic? That we would be celebrating, or we would be talking about celebrating a day of humanity, humanitarianism, a day that honors a person who refused to see color, a person who wanted to live in a country where all of us saw ourselves first as human beings, second as Americans. I mean, we can do this either way. We can be productive and do what's right by representing the constituents, or we can continue to devolve into more and more chaos. There's only two choices we have. I was elected to represent 20,000 people. And I've come to the place that I can give a flying fat rat on what, excuse my French, brother, Mr. Lowry, on what Joseph Edwin Lowry has to say about Keith Bell or Lowry News Network or whatever you got going on over there, brother. I could give a flying fig Newton. I don't care. My mind is strong enough to see what I need to be doing for 20,000 people and not care what one is saying about me. That's why I've been here 20-something years. Is because regardless of how I feel inside, I've been able to focus on the task at hand. And I suggest that all of us do that. The irony of it is, both of you all would be tremendous council people. And I'm not saying that either one of you are not, but I'm saying you would be tremendous council people if you would just look this way, just straight ahead, just like that, and focus on what you can do to better our community. I don't have a whole lot to say about anything else other than we were put here. We were elected. That is an honor for people. Do you know who we are? Have you followed me around? Well, you follow me around, but have you followed me around? You would be very unimpressed at who I am and my habits and what I do, and they still elected me. They don't know. And they still put their confidence in us. As flawed as we are, as weird as we are, as crazy as we may seem, folks still went to the ballot and they still to the ballot box and still cast their ballot for us. That means that it is incumbent upon us that we do everything in our power to advance their agenda and their agenda alone. It was folk up here today that did not want to see a change in the city manager. They didn't want to see a change in the police chief. They didn't want to see all sorts of things. But they've entrusted us to make the very best decision we can with the information that we have and to move this city forward. I let you all talk tonight. I let you get it out, both sides, all three. Everybody got out what they needed to say. And Gus advised me to stop you all. Guys, we won't survive 25 if we keep doing this. I've been around Lamarck politics. I'm 52 years old. I'm 52 years old. I've been around Lamarck politics for 25 plus years because I was a newspaper reporter, Gidry News Service. Shout out. You remember that, TJ? Following Lamarck politics. Half my life, that's embarrassing. Half my life I've been in Lamarck politics, and I've never seen this, ever, 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 ever. And I saw James Osteen and Bobby Hockin almost want to kill each other. Sorry, James. And I was in the middle. I've never seen that. Guys, Mr. Lowry, Miss Yancey, the people of District C and District A put their confidence in you, in both of you. And all I'm saying is we got to stop so much focusing our efforts on each other and focus our efforts on the people that have put us in the positions to represent them. Nothing more, nothing less. Again, I am human like everyone else. And I will say this, Mr. Lowry is a different breed of person. He really is. And he does things that nobody else has ever done in the history of my life. But you got to put that in context. That is who he is. And the public has a right to hold him accountable. This council has a right to hold him accountable. But I've also learned that he deserves respect here. And he might be a little bit of off pace. He might come from an unconventional place, but I have to find a way to respect the people of District C here. And Ms. Yancey, you're fiery and you're passionate and you're feisty and you do whatever's necessary to represent your constituents. And I have to find a way to respect that here. Let's all respect each other. We are council people. That is a tremendous honor. Children are watching us. Those children come in and out of these council chambers. We can do better, guys. We can do better. Having said that, it's good to be in 25. We all survived. We are here. God put us here for a reason. And that reason is for us, Ms. Yancey. Ms. Yancey.
I'm good. Go ahead.
All right, because I was listening when you were talking. God put us here for a reason. I've never seen my friend Mr. Yancey be, I've never seen, man, anyway. I know. Guys, in all seriousness, we have to stop the fighting. We have to stop the rhetoric, and we have to move the city forward. Let me tell you, and I'm done. Let me tell you what I'm hearing. People are telling me, Mayor, we are tired of it, and now they are empowering me to shut it down. And I can't shut it down out there in the streets, but I can shut it down on this dais. So moving forward with the rules that we are having and put in place, whether it comes from Mr. Ross or Mr. Compion or Ms. Nance, or whether it comes from Vinny, if it is inappropriate, it will be shut down because the people of Lamarck are tired of hearing about it. Just warning, Mr. Lowry, Ms. Yancey, and the rest of our council members, that's the job that I've been tasked with, and that's what I will do.
First Amendment, Texas Constitution, Part 1, Chapter 20, or Section 27. You all have the right to protest. 150 people before you need anything. Expected 150 people. That's in our ordinances. I know because I got in trouble for trying to shut somebody's cleanups down because we didn't see eye to eye the first few months that I was in office. And they let me know exactly how wrong I was, and it was painful. But we have subsequently worked through some differences and stuff. January 15th, the applications start, take this spot. Testicular ovarian fortitude, please come on down. Let's see what you got. Oh, EDC report. I have been asked if we can get some kind of something to show what businesses the EDC is trying to attract. Doesn't have to be, but we have Texas City's getting another HEB. Why is Lamarck not getting it? Those are the conversations that I have. It's really that simple. They just want to know that we have stuff coming. And I understand we can't let everybody know that stuff's coming, but they want to know that there are businesses that are looking into the city of Lamar. And then I want to comment about COVID EDC grants, because I hear a lot about grants and EDC and how Mr. Lowry stated that on October 10th, that the business was his home address and incorrectly used by the appraisal district. And then in February 24th of 2020, gave a San Leon address for if you want a job. And then come a few months later, he's applying for a grant from the EDC using his home address, but the requirements were that maintain a physical address within the city limits of Lamar, check, not based in a home or residence, not check, and generated sales tax revenue. And not all of them do. I understand it's a service business, so you don't really generate sales tax. But what really bothered me is I went through the 188 applications. Only two businesses used a home address. One was a tree service, no longer in business, maybe moved to Hitchcock, but not real sure. But there was the two addresses that you got $25,000 for, or the two applications you got $25,000 for, and then a third application handwritten that you signed 3 days after the second application went in. So as a forensic audit, that would be how I would like to see evidence for forensic audits in this city. Please give me actual documentation that shows that somebody might have done something fraudulent in the city. Now, I don't get to make this decision. The Office of Audits for the state of Texas, Galveston County, the PPP, government oversight, those groups will be making those judgments. I don't think the city of Lamarck gets to make those decisions, because the city of Lamarck is part of who gave you the $50,000. Other than that, I have nothing else.
Let's allow for, let's yield the floor to the city manager at this time. Mr. Garcia.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to take a moment and thank all the staff. It's bittersweet. We've come a very, very long way. I'm very proud of the teams that we have in place, the work that's being done, the work that's yet to be done. I think it is a testament to the will and the hard work of what everybody puts in day out. I'm very proud of every one of your efforts. I'm proud of the effort of every single volunteer and all the board members that we have, all of our boards. We have a lot of folks here in Lamarck that, although there may be a lot of differences in separation and thought, there's a lot of passion here. That is what drew me to choose Lamarck. So I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud to say that I live in Lamarck. I'm very proud to say that we have a Lamarck that is, regardless of the differences that folks may have, that has come together. We could not have been able to accomplish the things that we as a team together accomplished without being united. So although you see separation in certain things and we are hard on each other and we all hold each other accountable, I'm very, very proud of this team. Very proud of council, the original 5 that gave me the opportunity and the 5 that are up here now. well, obviously we're missing Mayor Pro Tem tonight. And I'm very, very proud. I just want to take a moment to thank my family. They've been through a lot. They've been through a lot. And I'm very, very thankful to them for allowing me all the hours away from them to do the best that I can at this position. But also to all of our partners. There's a lot of people in Lamarque that really, really care about Lamarque, whether it's employees, staff, volunteers, partners. It wouldn't be a meeting that I would go to and I wouldn't meet somebody from Lamarque and it would say, you know what, I'm really, really proud of Lamarque, or hey, I'm Lamarque High, graduate of such and such year. I'm very proud of where we've come from. I'm very proud of what we've been able to accomplish and what I know will be accomplished moving forward. Again, there are a lot of great people here and I can't wait to see the future success of the city. I thank all of you again for the opportunity. And for the countless phone calls and requests and needs. I hope that I asserted myself in those requests that were made by council members and residents. I've enjoyed the journey. Didn't get the destination we wanted, but we gave everything we had. And that's something that I can rest my head on my pillow gracefully every single night, knowing that I did that. So on behalf of everybody, on behalf of everybody who supported us to get here, and everybody's plenty of hours of hard work. Too long of a list to list every single employee individually, but if I had the time, I certainly would. There's not a face that I can go to and look at that has not poured themselves into this job. I hope that whoever sits in this chair next can really value that and value the passion that that the city, its residents, and its staff have. So it's been an honor. Thank you to each and every one of you for the opportunity, for the good back and for the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we'll always be 2024 All America City. I will never forget that. I will always cherish that. And thank you for, us getting there. It definitely took a team effort. It was in our 5-year plan when we came here. We were able to do it in under 3. A lot more to come. Some stuff we announced tonight, some more stuff to come. I can't wait to see it happen. Thank you.